This was not the shit that I looked forward to when I got up and was done with the stream last night. But somebody's got to be able to report on this now. This is going to be important for people to understand, because I told you so. The announcement came as a joint announcement from both Patreon themselves in punishing and from the artist himself being punished, Wayro, being persecuted by Patreon for their ruling that they've given against their art that goes thusly. Some details, like a big head, big eyes, and short height, can make characters look younger. And regarding body development, having bigger breasts and larger hips makes the viewer understand that the character is not a child, but they can still be teenagers under the age of 18, as a lot of women have those puberty transformations at a very young age. In order to make them look like adults, the face is often the most important part. So even if it's a stylish option to make your characters look innocent and sweet, you should always bear in mind this also makes them look younger. I understand you might question our point of view on this subject, but I can guarantee that I consulted with my team before contacting you, and it is consensual, that's not how that word works, amongst us that the characters I asked you to remove look like teenagers under the age of 18. In reply to this, Wayro said the following on his Patreon page. Hi everyone. Due to the recent notification from Patreon, I am working with the official staff to adjust the content these days, so the user will be suspended for a few days until the correction is completed. But don't worry, this pause is only temporary. This time, Patreon officials strictly deal with two things: restriction and pressure on minors in the Japanese style, anime, and 2, the restrictions and the pressure on external websites. 1. Regarding the first point, all Japanese styles can be said to be out. As long as you are a Japanese style, even if the character has a big breast, the officials said that it will be classified as a minor. So I had to delete 90% of the articles on Patreon. They had to delete 90% of their fucking work off of their platform because a Western company decided that big booby lady is not allowed. I'm so fucking sad. Although this adjustment does not affect the rewards you ultimately will receive, it will be regrettable that you cannot directly see the update in advance on Patreon. And I will try to improve this later. For example, look for other platforms to showcase these works on. Yes, y'all fucking should. Y'all fucking should go whatever the platform will be willing to take you and take the money away from Patreon. I wouldn't even try to fucking argue with them about this. I would just go and leave and not come back. And when they lose your money, they're gonna realize how stupid that was. Regarding the second point, the official said that it would check your Patreon traffic source and confirm whether it is any illegal content. If there is legal content, then it will also be used to limit your Patreon's business. For example, if your Twitter or your PivX has a Japanese-styled suspected underage type work, Patreon will prohibit you from placing a link to PivX on Patreon, and you will also be prohibited from placing a link to Patreon on PivX. It will be considered a violation. Because of this, I have now removed all links and asked users to search for Wayro Patreon or Wayro Gumroad to ensure that the source of the traffic cannot be traced. Since it will take me a lot of time to adjust the above content, it may take a few more days for Patreon to resume normal operations, and I may release the latest news of the creation in other ways in the future. After Patreon resumes operations, a new article will be posted to announce the relevant details. I will continue to complete the animation update this month, and the reward will still be sent normally every other month. What we can describe from this is basically exactly what fucking Hermit called. If you are aware, and you're a follower of this channel, and you are a sub, if you're not a sub, what are you doing? Dude, you should be subbing to this channel. You saw me do the rundown of the Twitter harassment that happened all throughout the last 10 months at this point. This is one of the biggest points of contention, because as the saying would go, as Hermit called it, they want you to be scared and terrified that your work will be censored and that you will be called out over your work. regardless of whatever you think, and regardless of whatever you see, and regardless of whatever your fans think, and regardless of whatever companies think, or how it's acceptable or allowed, Patreon and companies like it, including Twitter, will always choose to change their standards based on what they decide in their minds is logical to do. This is fucking stupid, because to this fucking date, Kara the Wolf still has a Patreon on the platform. Despite the fact that he was arrested for Zoosadism charges, that he was sent to court, but sadly his case was dropped because of a lack of cooperation from his parents, which were protecting him, or the fact that right now you can Google Carol the Wolf Zoosadist and find plenty of videos detailing his actions. Regardless of any of this, anime bad, furries Zoosadism good. So, basically, if you're an artist and you're out there on the Triosphere, you're a mutual of mine, or you're one of the people who just happen to see this video secondhand, I want you to be aware that this is what they have in store for you. Please defend yourselves in whatever way you feel you need to, and try to support each other in this dark roaming time, because there's going to be a whole bunch of chud hunters who are going to be insulting you and mocking you and antagonizing you, while behind the scenes they're crying about this, but they're going to be too proud to actually speak up about it until it personally affects their friends. So get out in front of this in whatever way you can, rally your support, ask for whatever you need. I got you. Together, we'll all get through this trying time. Because when they come for Titty, they come for all of us. And not the fun kind. That's kind of all I have for you right now, today. I'm super fucking exhausted. Last night was the third installment of Top Kick. I don't blame you if you don't know that I do this, because I did one episode on this channel. You can probably find it if you go back to the uploads. And I started uploading it on the second channel, where it's gonna live as an archive. And if you want to go check that out, 6 hours long podcast format. I invite some friends, or I do it myself sometimes alone. But yesterday, we had guests. I showed them a good time. We looked at some shit. We talked. We discussed things. We cringed. We laughed. We cried. It's a thing. So, you want to see that? You can find that in the low bar. I have a link for it. Or you can click on the card in the corner. Whatever suits your boat. Watch it. Don't. I'm not stressed if you do or don't. I just want you to know it exists. On top of that, y'all know that I do shit. Do whatever the fuck you normally do. You know, whatever streamers do at this time period. And you have yourselves a good day, and spread it around to whoever the fuck needs to see it, because everybody needs to know that this shit's happening. If you want people like Patreon to stop hounding your creators, they want you to stop hounding you as a creator, start flexing your fucking muscle and start using it. Maybe they'll stop doing it to you if they think that they're actually going to get blowback for this. I don't know, just thought. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Alright, everybody. Mwah. I'll see you soon. I love you all equally. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye.